What happened to you today?
All right, so you know how I was getting my internet fixed because I've had shitty internet for the past year
you've
and a
had
half.
really bad internet.
It just cuts out all the time.
Yeah, for a year and a half.
No, since I got internet
And
for
every
this
day
place.
you were unplugging and replugging in your modem.
Yeah, because
you would have internet for 30 minutes and have to do it again.
Yep, like once per episode.
It took you a year and a half to snap.
I mean, it was basically that like...
Or laziness.
Well, it's basically my girlfriend might be able to start working from home some days a week.
So it was
like,
because you got to be the man of the house.
Well, she really needs internet. And I'm like, I could unplug
you guys
and replug.
stream all the time. Like, I would be so pissed off.
No, it sucked because it was always, we take turns like reaching for the internet for a year to the point where, because we also have a TV upstairs in our bedroom, we bought a remote to turn off and on that like plug-in. Best purchase we've done. So
you could stay in the bed and turn it off.
Because it would be an argument of whose turn it was to go all the way downstairs, unplug it,
get better internet. That should be that's the solution.
Yeah.
And how long have you been fighting about? You literally got a remote to turn on and off a plug-in before you decided, let's get better internet.
Yeah,
you were like, I don't even think I could.
I just assumed like, it was shitty just because of whatever. But no, so we got it scheduled for today and they're like, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. is your window. I was like,
at least there's only two. Sometimes they say it'll be there between 8 and 3.
Right,
like,
yeah.
All right, well, I mean, luckily you had the whole day off. But.
Right, but I still had to wake up at 8 for it, just in case.
Isn't that what you were doing normally? Like, just try and get more of your day in?
Usually like 9 something to 10. Because I wake up at like 8:30 on my work days.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So
8's still like a groggy wake up for me.
Piece of shit.
No, it's not, it's great, but still. So
yeah,
I woke up,
but that's good. That's just because you're scheduled.
Woke up, couldn't go get coffee, which I wanted to. I was like, all right, it's 8. I'll just wait around. I'll work on stuff. I'll watch Fast and the Furious.
What a great way to start your day.
I know. No, and then because also I knew this person was coming over between 8 and 10. So one of my biggest fears was the idea that they walked in and saw me taking notes on Fast and Furious at 8 a.m. on a Monday. And they're like,
Monday?
Because also like part of my hope was like they'd like see that and be like, oh, I mean, they have a house, so they must be doing something.
Yeah, but he has the day off and he's watching so he's
on
like
a Monday.
This guy must be a content creator.
Monday morning he's watching Fast and Furious.
And taking notes.
So I knew I watched like some of it, but I always knew like when they come over, I'm just gonna turn off the TV and just be elsewhere working on other stuff that I need to.
So it looks like you're actually important.
Well, just not watching Fast and Furious. So 8 to 10, around like 9:30, I remember like texting my girlfriend like, hey, they said like 8 to 10, right? And she's like, yeah.
And they're still not here at 9:30?
Not even a call or anything. 9:50, I'm like, do I call Mediacom?
Well, they're still in the window, dude.
And at 10:05, I call Mediacom and they're like, oh, sorry, they're a little bit late. They'll be there in like 20 minutes. I'm like, a little bit late is technically 8:30.
Because they said 8, yeah.
They are 2.5 hours late. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, and they did. Yeah, because usually, normal people work Monday through Friday, and,
right.
And you take.
So a Monday is a treat for them, you'd think, or you'd imagine people took off work.
Yeah, you had to take off work, or you took off a few hours, and you're going back to work, and then you're like, "Come on, come on." So
I called them at like 10:05 or whatever, and they're like, "Well, let me see," and then they were like, "Yeah, the person will be there soon," and then the person called me. And I was like, because my initial response was like, when they tell me if they were running late.
So then they're like, you got to call the customer.
Yeah. So the person calls me, but I'm still on the phone with normal Mediacom. But I'm like, I don't want to miss this call because I feel like this is the person. So I answer it. And the person's like, hello. And then the lady at Mediacom's like, hello, yes, this is Mediacom.
Oh my God.
And then I'm just there like,
and they're talking to each other.
I transferred the calls instead of like hanging up on Mediacom person.
Hello, this is Mediacom. Wait, what?
This is Media. I'm on my way, and they're like, I'm sorry, I can't. And I'm just like, God damn it! So I figured out how to hang up on actual Mediacom and just be like, hello, yeah, sorry, this is the homeowner. And he's like, yeah, I'm on my way. But he walked in, and I felt so bad because I was working on my computer for this, and so when I work on my computer, I like to listen to vinyls, but they can't have like lyrics to them.
Why?
Because it's distracting.
By words,
like by actual words. So I put on I recently bought the Dracula, the original like Universal Monster Dracula theme on vinyl. So the guy walks in and I'm full blast, just like old horror movie. So he walks in and it sounds like Phantom of the Opera entered. It was really
and you're
fun.
Typing on your laptop and he's like, am I going to get killed?
Well, it was just like, weird. And
also your house is like, there's a straitjacket hanging up.
Yeah,
like,
there's bed of nails everywhere.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck?
I just have knives out.
Yeah, machetes laying around.
Yeah, true. I have like a pile of 5 machetes right now.
And you just have 3 cats and you're by yourself.
Well, no, because Sid like warmed up to him, so I had to grab Sid and put him upstairs for a little bit just so he wouldn't like be on the guy. But yeah, and then he was like, hey, I have to go work outside for a minute.
He just wanted to get out of the house.
Well, and then because from my office, I can see where the guy parked. The guy got in his car and drove. And I was like, fuck.
Oh, he left.
Yeah, and then so what turns out is he did a lap and then parked in the alleyway by my house. But I didn't,
just to see.
To go work, like I think he had to get his truck closer or whatever. But so I looked out the window, I looked at the parking, what is driveway. Jesus Christ, yeah. And like I couldn't find the guy, so I was pissed. I walk outside and do a lap, and then I just like see him, and I instantly just turn around and just shut up.
I could just see you doing your piss lap around your house.
Well, because I'm just like, God,
barefoot.
fucking damn it!
You got Dracula still in the background going, yeah, you got fucking blood on your hands.
And he was still there.
Beet juice, okay?
He was still there, so I just instantly turned right back in, walked over, shut up, didn't mention that I was pissed off. He was here for a long time though, like 11:30. But all he did, he replaced my router because apparently we just had a shitty router or whatever.
Why can't they just mail it to you?
I don't know. He installed like something. And he said like, yeah, this will help, and I don't fucking know.
I mean, it's been on since.
Yeah, no, we have internet now, which is great.
Think about you could have had this day one.
Yeah, that's the other.
You could have had this a year and a half ago.
I
no
hate
issues
complaining so much to anybody that I would just sit.
But you're paying for internet.
I know, like $100 a month.
And you weren't getting internet.
No, yeah.
I mean, you were, but
not a good one.
Every 30 minutes, can you imagine? I mean, I don't watch that much or stream that much, but I'm like on TikTok or I'm on my phone.
Right. Well, because also and
it's just like every time, but even on my phone, I get frustrated and just shut off Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm like, if I bust up my laptop to work on something and it's like, I gotta get up and I'd be so pissed off for a year and a half, dude.
Yeah. Well, because also like one of the like normal spots I am in the house has like horrible reception on my phone for some reason.
Dude, isn't that weird? There's like dead spots.
Yeah, and this spot's like probably like 5 feet, but it's like my favorite spot on the couch. I'm like, God damn. And
just because it knows that's where you.
I just sit in it. Yeah, but also that's such a dumb thing to take issue with.
Dude, it's weird. Speaking of dead spots, like I've been working on some houses recently.
Yeah. That
are like in the city. Like I worked on a house a while ago that was in Ankeny, in the city, right next to like the big complex, like where the movie theater is.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah.
I had terrible service at that house.
And it's probably, you're working on mansions, aren't you, basically?
Well, this was like a townhome, kind of. So, but it was like right next, and I was like, I'm in a big city, and now I'm working in West Des Moines, right behind like the Jordan Creek Walmart. Okay, populous area in West Des Moines.
Yeah.
I have terrible service at that house too. And I'm like, what the heck? Like when I take lunch in my car, I can barely get service. And I'm like,
that's a weird thing about these expanding cities.
It's fucking weird, but I'm like in the city.
But you're in the new expanse of the city, basically.
I just don't get how service works.
Me neither, because also there's like satellites.
Yeah, and also like.
But also, I don't like bitching about it because this is literally the newest technology. Because like our Wi-Fi has like 5G, and I remember people thinking that is what caused coronavirus.
It is kind of like weird when I like bitch about it. Like I'm like, oh fuck, on my lunch break I can't watch TikToks for 30 minutes. What am I gonna do with my life?
Yeah,
and then instead I just play Sudoku on my phone, and I actually improve my brain and like
a little bit,
feel better and like. But I'm like, I just want to mindlessly scroll for 30 minutes and then go to work and feel like a piece of shit. Come on.
It's the idea of
it's
like...
the American dream.
Yeah, it's like first world problems.
Yeah.
Because so for when we are recording this, I don't want to get too deep into this, because everyone's already aware, but also this is our take on what's happening right now.
Uh-oh.
The whole Roe versus Wade shit. Have you kept up with that at all? Because you are just very out of the loop.
I'm very out of the loop on everything. I know it's bad.
Yeah,
and I know it's terrible. And
that you should be
I'm just so out of the loop. Like I don't pay attention to anything political. Right, yeah. So it's not just that this in particular. I know it's terrible, and I'm on the side of everyone against it.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, I literally am like, what the fuck?
It's so confusing.
Dude, there was like 6 people that passed it. Or 6 people that said yes to it, right, or something like that.
6 people, because that's the Supreme Court. Like,
because I saw the faces of it.
It was like 6-3,
and dude,
it was people we didn't elect. That's so weird about this country. But here's
the crazy part is I saw the photos of the people that said yes, like it was like their faces. And it was 5 of the 6 were these old white men, obviously, and then one of them was a woman. That's what gets me. I'm like, what?
Because I can't.
That's the weird part.
Because I don't know much about the Supreme Court. I can't remember if the black guy is a Republican too, but also because I know part of it, and like same with the woman. It's weird because you don't want to be like, oh, they got one, but like that's what they'll do is they'll be like, oh, this person is a diehard us, and she's different than what we usually are, so let's put them in there so it makes us look a little better. It's like when the racist guy goes like, no, I have a black friend, want to see him? Like that kind of thing.
And it's his wallpaper on his phone. Got him.
That's my black friend. Well, we work together, but still, like, yeah, that aspect.
I mean, I talk to him maybe once a week.
Yeah, I know his name.
What's his name? Craig?
I love, that's my go-to name too. I was going to say Craig.
But yeah, it's not good.
No, they do that with minority, any kind of minority, rather it be people of color or women. Yeah. Or let alone like.
I did see something cool though that was like pretty cool. I saw this article. I didn't read the article. Okay.
You read the headline.
I read the headline
and just saw who shared it.
And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. So all these big companies, once this came out, they said that they would pay for people's flights to cities or states that allow
safe,
it.
Yeah.
And it was like all the like Google.
Dickies was one of them.
And it was like all these big fucking Amazon did it. And
Dickies was one that threw me off. I'm like, fuck yeah, good for you.
But I was like, even like, because usually these big companies are evil. Obviously,
and
everyone
don't
uses
give
them.
A shit about
but
people.
I was like, that's actually cool.
I mean, part of
obviously
it
it's probably
for
not
sure for clout.
Yeah,
but
it's
like,
for clout. But still,
if they're
like,
doing it,
if they're actually gonna do it, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and like,
but it's also stupid that we are even in this boat where they, you know what I mean? Like,
well, because people who are pro it that are on my like friends list, all of them are saying are like, well, it's not even illegal now; it's up to the state. But like, my thing was like, it was up to the people. It was the smallest branch of government of governing over your own fucking body. Yeah, like, why is that not enough?
Yeah, people. I just don't get why
people care.
I don't get why there's arguments. And I don't get why, and even if there is arguments, this isn't even applying to this, but it's applying to everything political. That's why I kind of don't get involved, is if there's arguments, especially on social media, it's people yelling at each other that don't ever hear what the other person's saying. Right, people never have open mind discussions, even if you have a different opinion. Like obviously,
in this case, I'm really one-sided. Yeah,
obviously,
but
in this opinion, it's everyone should be on this one side, obviously. Yeah. But I just mean like in general, it's just like you either unfriend me and don't talk to me ever again, or you believe what I believe. And it's like, dude, like why can't we just disagree and crack on about high life and bullshit? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
because on issues of this, it's so hard. Like other issues, I do agree, but this one, it's like,
that's what I mean. Like just in general.
Yeah. Because I have like two people who are opposite views of mine. I keep them on my like feed just because they're really dumb about like
everything.
They just share the dumbest shit. Because like they're the ones who shared like, well, now it's up to the state. I'm like, well, it was up to the person. That should be enough. And they're just like, well, I prayed to Jesus and this is how we came through. And
I love that accent you're doing.
Because that's how I picture them. I know they were born in Iowa. Like they grew up in the same area as me, but they're so fucking dumb that I picture them. Not that accent makes you dumb, but you understand.
No, but do it again. Do it again.
The Bible Belt has an accent and this is how I picture it. And they know they love Jesus and they hate dead babies. Which I can respect that theory. Just like,
I mean, I
get the opposed aspect
get why
of like
they're opposed to it, but also they don't know what they're. It's not a one fit glove. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's like obviously it's bad.
Well, because like if you look at it, like
but there's so many circumstances.
Well, the outlook of like this is killing babies. I do get that aspect. And I can see like why you think you're the hero fighting it, but also just like don't fucking put your shit on anybody else. And that's for any politician. I don't like forcing anything on any, like it's just like,
yeah, that's why I'm like, dude, I love, okay, so this is not talking about this current event. Yeah. It's talking about any, but I love when people on Facebook, if there's a huge political outcry, like if it's guns or something or whatever, and they go, if you don't believe with me, unfriend me. And I don't want you to, and it's just like, you're not even going to hear my, like you just are totally just, it's my side, it's my highway. Or
I don't like anyone who's like a non-starter. And like on a lot of topics, I do believe you can be that. This is a different, like that's the other thing. This is just a weird one. It's like,
this is
you don't
obvious.
even have to be on the other. Like, there's no point.
Yeah, but like,
because you can be on a personal side or a public side, but the public side against, like, the public side that won in this doesn't make sense to me because it's all personal issues.
It's just such a fucking.
Can't we just mind our own business?
Exactly, just fucking.
If you're not hurting other people or each other, like, just don't. Like, the legal term of "don't be a dick" is what I truly believe in.
That's what it should be.
Like, if that applied to every scenario.
But I feel like social media is so easy to be a dick because this one important reason is you can be a dick and not be punched in the fucking mouth.
That's fucking
people
weird.
have learned that you can get away with saying things without getting punched in the face.
I could replace my profile picture with a swastika and I probably wouldn't get physically injured.
No, because people
would lose
wouldn't.
friends.
People would
say
unfriend you, or
anyways.
people would comment and be like, "Oh, this is untasteful.
This is hate."
But then that's it.
Yeah,
you can literally do the most crazy shit on social media, and then that's
you don't
fine.
get hit in the mouth.
Or you can comment and be like, say the most fucked up shit to people, and then just in person, or you just avoid them in person. It's like, dude, if you were to say it to my face, I would. I mean, I'm not a violent person, but it's like, dude,
but the shit they say,
yeah, what the fuck, dude? Why would you say that?
The amount people are willing to say online is
they just think
insane.
It's just this invisibility force field where they can just put it out in the web and feel fine with it, and just I don't know. People just like stir in the pot.
Because there's like the whole idea of like telling like I've seen like people where like they're just disgusting to women, and then on Facebook, and then the women are like, all right, well, here's your mom's account. I'm gonna message her, letting her know what her son's up to, like shit like that.
I love that when they fucking send shit, or like when people slide into DMs and they're super nasty, and then they just send it, and it's just like,
because I'm thankful.
I'm guessing if they act like that, their mom's not gonna give a fuck how they act. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, like the worst thing I've said, I'd be embarrassed if my mom saw it, but also I've not done as bad as what those people have done.
The things that I probably would be embarrassed about is like during like sexting and stuff. I don't want, and usually the other person is, and not usually, every time. They're always
you
like,
make sure when it like you
can tell when you're sexting.
You can throw the first rock and they're just like, nah. You're like, all right, I won't sext then. You know this, the starting pistol.
Yeah, and then sometimes it just doesn't click, and you go, all right, that's fine. I get it. Move on. I'll just open some porn then.
Sorry.
How was your evening? But speaking of stupidity, speaking of the internet, so much stuff is out there, just like this fucking podcast. So here's the intro. Here's the intro of this dumbass show.
Yeah, sorry for getting political, but also I feel like, I mean, not that
but we're not getting political.
We're basically just telling people like, stop it, mind your own business, be nice people.
Yeah.
But also like I guess like this is a public platform. I want to use it not responsibly technically, but just be like,
have a voice.
I mean, yeah, just be like, if I'm telling anyone anything, it's just don't be a dick.
Yeah, just fucking. Why can't you just get along?
Yeah.
Have fun and
pour a drink for Moist Monday
and moisten up, babies. Welcome back to the Moist Monday podcast. That intro was kind of all over the board.
Hello, our Moist Mutuals.
Oh, Moist Mutuals. How's everyone doing? Yeah, we haven't really, since we came up with the term, we haven't really addressed everyone as that. But maybe, is this the follow-up episode to when we came up with it? I can't remember.
I don't know.
But happy Moist Monday, Moist Mutuals. I love that name, dude. Because anytime I get a comment, an email, or anything, I go,
that's a Moist Mutual.
They're a Moist Mutual. And I love how sometimes my phone corrects it to Moist Mutualism. And I'm just like
it's a cult.
Hell yeah.
But also I'm going to say, all the haters out there, you're dehydrated.
Whoa, yeah, drink more water, bitch.
You got to get moist.
Yeah, drink more water, bitch. Yeah, it's like you're in a fight and you're trying to say like defensive things, and it's like,
moisten up.
Fuck you, and I go, well, drink more water, bitch.
You're not moist.
And it goes, and they go, well, actually, I do need to drink, because everyone needs to drink more water.
And then they hit you in the nose.
But then it's like, I always say, there's water and alcohol. So we're drinking some wine. We're getting fancy.
No, we are not, because where did this wine come from?
A box. Yeah, but it was in your kitchen.
Yeah, I'm a Franzia mom.
It's not fancy when you bring it in the room, which you have.
True. Yes. That's fair.
But I do love that, though, because it's just like
No, Franzia great.
No, but when it's in the room, we can keep refilling while talking. That's nice.
Yeah.
But it is like these glasses. The glass I picked is like I like the shape of it.
I know. I probably need more for this episode, but like I like the idea of being like a wine mom. It sounds so nice.
It'd be so easy to be a wine mom.
Yeah, you like watching your stories, drinking wine.
Days of our lives, baby.
Which a local person we've worked with just got added onto that.
What?
Tanner Stein.
He's on Days of Our Lives.
I'm almost positive it's that one or the other most popular one. I think it's that. He's been added as like a reoccurring cast.
Oh my, I love that.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yes.
I mean, he's been in a few films. He's been on Disney Channel, and I graduated high school with him.
Yep.
So we're allowed to keep his name without.
Above you, right?
He was in my grade.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought he was.
No, he's in my grade. He was the high school quarterback. That's how like, that's so crazy.
So
he was
annoying.
Like, he's like the high school fucking quarterback.
And then he went Hollywood.
And then he went Hollywood and is actually doing it. And it's just like, God.
But also like, have you met him?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was at Chase's birthday.
Okay, yeah, because I met him and I worked with him on film projects.
I also wasn't drinking that night and you guys were getting hammered.
Oh, that makes sense. That sounds like me.
Well, I would have been, but I had to drive home.
Right.
And I couldn't at that point in time. Haven't talked about that yet on the podcast, but we will eventually. But so that was a really weird night for me because like usually I like to drink and hang out with people, and I'll just drink my water while people are doing shots and getting stupid.
I don't even
and then
know
I
that.
was like, it is weird being a sober person around drunk people getting drunk because I love getting drunk.
Especially if you love getting drunk, yeah.
Because I wish I could be doing it, but at the same time, I was also like, this is so annoying.
Yeah.
Drunk people are annoying.
We're the worst.
Because you're just loud, yelling over each other. I mean, that's kind of how a lot of these podcasts are.
Yeah.
It's just this, but imagine like a group of people and it's just like shots. Yeah, let's do shots. Oh, you want to do this? Like, it's just like there's all this energy, and that's why I love drinking, because I love being a part of it. But then also when you're outside looking in, you go, I kind of just want to go home and sleep.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, this is, and then you kind of are disgusted by it, but then you wish you were doing it.
When you're in it, it's so much fun.
Oh, dude, that's why I love drinking. Yeah. But I do have a topic today. This is kind of a vague topic. Okay. I just wrote it down because I have like a notes of all these topics, and I don't know what made me think of this. Probably because I did this when I was younger, and I don't think we've ever talked about this.
Okay.
It's just one word. We can take it. I'm just gonna say it, and then you take it and run with it. Stealing. Run, baby.
Oh, you want me to start?
Yeah. I just want you to take it wherever. Because I don't know. I don't think we've ever talked about stealing.
I remember a little bit of like your history with it, but
because I used to, when I was a younger kid, I used to steal, and it's not good.
So I only have 2 stories about stealing.
Did you used to steal?
No.
Okay, but you have stories. From
so
stealing.
I was raised by a cop.
Yeah,
as
your dad was a cop, so he
was soldier, cop, now like fed shit. I don't even fucking know. Really,
so you're probably like, I can't get in trouble.
No, so I was raised with such a wild morality about that specifically. I was so against stealing, and I still am. Like, I could not shoplift today. Even if like you're gonna get away with it, because like legally they can't like get you in trouble a lot of the time.
I don't think I've done it since junior high.
Yeah, but I remember the only time I stole something knowingly was in kindergarten. And it's like, no,
doesn't even count.
No, but I fucking remember this thoroughly. So when you walk into the line, you'd like scan like a card that said like, oh, you paid for lunch today.
Lunch line? Okay.
Which is fucked up to ask a kindergarten to pay attention to that shit. But anyways, you
stole lunch?
No,
on accident.
I did not steal lunch. That's insane. I'm not a wild man.
Okay, now you think about it, I stole a bunch in high school involving lunch.
I'm not completely against the idea of stealing from a lunchroom, because it's insane how much they're charging people just to survive at a place that they are forced to go.
I would also sometimes eat 2 lunches a day.
Jesus. All right. Anyways, this was kindergarten, and there was an a la carte cookie option when you're gearing up for the line. So you grab it and then you would scan your card. And so like if you had a cookie, you'd show it and it'd be like $1.10.
Yeah, and I never got the cookie because I only had the meal plan where you could get the basic meal. Yeah.
So what I did is I put it in my pocket, and then I scanned my card. The lunch lady was none the wiser. They were good
cookies.
They were sugar cookies, which they were good. Not the best cookie, but either way.
Yeah, but they were good. It was free cookie.
And I went through line.
Give me cookie, free cookie.
I mean, like I got like probably like a shitty pizza.
Probably one of those rectangle square ones.
A little tray of carrots and a milk and an applesauce. And I went to lunch. I had that. I had my cookie. And then I was so fucking guilty.
Really?
I threw it all up.
Did you really?
because I stole that cookie and ate it. I threw the entire thing up.
Are you sure it was a food poisoning? Because the lunches sucked.
No, I was so nervous about being a thief. I threw everything up.
And you haven't stolen since?
I've stolen once since, and I didn't do it on purpose, and I had a worse outcome.
Well, I think you've stolen... I can think of 2 instances where you've stolen 2 things.
Really?
And you've been 100% fine with it. You stole mine and Izzy's hearts.
Jesus Christ.
I had you.
All right, but my story is when I'm 18, so you go next.
Okay, so I'll go chronologically.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. So I started at kindergarten.
I have a lot, and the more I think about it, that's probably why, because I was like maybe feeling guilty one night.
Shout out to our one police officer buddy that listens to this.
I think I won't say that we stole together, but I think he was there when I was stealing.
He was complicit. Because I was there for a few of them, and I was not okay with the scenario. Yep.
Yeah. So this is I grew up doing this.
Yes. Because an older kid got you to start doing it, right?
So
and then you tried to get me to start doing it. I was like,
really?
No.
It's weird because
I went to that gas station with you.
Because I was the older kid, because I think he had left the scene, and now I was the older kid on the scene trying to influence my friends to do this.
And I said, no, sir.
When I was younger.
How old is younger?
I think 5th, 6th grade.
Okay, so 9 to 10.
Yeah, maybe a little bit older. I can't quite remember, but during summer vacation,
Yes,
hang out during the summer. One of my best friends growing up was 2 years older than me, lived across the street.
Yep.
Our buddy that listens to the podcast will know exactly who that is.
Me too.
But he was super cool. I loved him. Bad influence. 100%. I think he was the first one to offer me marijuana.
I always have a story that I want to ask about him on the podcast. I just never know the right time.
Do it right now.
When he shit his pants in front of you.
Oh my God. You remember? Yes. Did I tell you that story? Yes. Can I tell it?
Yeah.
Dude, that is the funniest fucking thing. I forgot about that story. Dude, he doesn't have social media. There's no way he's going to hear this. And if he does, it's fucking funny, dude.
We won't use your name.
Embrace. Yeah. We haven't said a name yet, but you know who you are, buddy. Dude,
we know what you did.
This is the funniest fucking thing that I've ever witnessed in my life. And I couldn't laugh in the moment.
It's insane.
I couldn't laugh in the moment. Okay, so before I talk about the stealing story, I got to tell you about this story. So it's this neighbor that lived across the street from me. It was the summertime. So
and he was the older cool kid.
2 years older than me.
No, but he was the cool kid.
Yeah, he
of the
was
street.
the older cool kid.
Because we've talked before how you were the youngest in the group, and they kept
youngest
excluding
of
you.
the older, yeah.
And he was the head of that group.
Yeah, he was head honcho. We had Codename Kids Next Door, the show. Us older kids had numbers, and he was number 1. I was number 4. I was that weird
out of 5 though.
Tech guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I don't know if we had a 5th, and I think if we did have a 5th, it was somebody that usually didn't ever hang out, but was there sometimes.
Yeah.
Actually, no. That we only had 4, and even the person that was never there was 3. So I was always there, but 4 fit my personality because 4 was that weird.
I thought was 4 the chubby kid in the weird hat or the blonde kid?
I think it was the blonde kid.
Okay, that's what I thought too. Because I think 2 is the chubby kid in the hat. Is 3 the girl in the green sweater or the black girl?
I can't remember.
Because they're the top 5. 1 is 3, 1 is 5.
I can't remember, but he was number 1.
Yes,
for sure.
Bald British kid.
I don't even remember that show. I just remember we had code names.
I remember because bald British kid. I remember
you liking that show though.
Chubby kid with the weird hat, and then I don't remember 3 and 5.
I kind of want to just look it up, but it doesn't matter.
The movie was great.
There's a movie.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. But I went over to this guy's house one time because I used to go there every day, and his mom worked during the days, so we would just hang out at his house empty, and it was always a freaking free for all. We would just go through the kitchen. We hung out in the basement a lot. It was so much fun. We were way into Guitar Hero at the time.
Which Guitar Hero was this? 3?
He got me way into Guitar Hero Aerosmith.
That would be 5 then.
Or it was, that was still on the PS2.
Okay. Because 2 and 3 were huge on the PS2. Because 3 was the biggest one.
I loved them all.
Because I never played the first one, but 2 and 3 are the ones I started at 1 and beat.
Yeah, I started at 1 and played them all.
Because I started at 2.
They were so much, but I went over one time and he was playing Guitar Hero and I just got there, and when you're playing Guitar Hero, you're standing. Yes. So I was sitting. So his living room was set up. There was a couch, coffee table, and then a chair.
Do you remember which Guitar Hero guitar he had?
In my head, it's the red basic one.
With the 2 points at the top.
Yeah, just the red SG.
I had that and the white V.
The white V is cool, but not a lot of people had the white V.
Nope, I did though.
The red SG was the common, so I think that's might have been what he had.
So that's what I picked.
But we also did a lot of Rock Band too at the time, so it might have been a Rock Band guitar as well. I can't. He was playing something.
Which Guitar Hero is better, right?
Yeah, but Rock Band was cool because it had
introduce other shit,
and also like all the songs were cool, but then Guitar Hero started doing the full
World
band,
tour,
and then it just wasn't as good. But they're made by the same company.
Really?
Yeah, that's the spoiler alert.
They were competing with themselves.
Yeah, and Rock Band took it over.
Really? Because I still think
Rock Band blew up, and Guitar Hero got bad.
Because they started doing band specific.
Well, that was before that, like Aerosmith, Metallica, Green Day.
And then they did 80s.
I mean, those were cool, but then they went into World Tour, and then like Guitar Hero 5, and then Guitar Hero Live on PS4 sucks. It's kind of cool because you play with real music videos. That was kind of cool, but it was like, this isn't Guitar Hero.
2 and 3 was incredible, is what I really remember. 2 was awesome, but 3 nailed it.
I just love like the grungy band scene.
Well, because 3 is where you could dual real guitarists.
Yeah, it was fucking badass.
Yeah.
But he was playing something.
Yeah.
With a guitar. And like when you play guitar, you're in that
wide stance.
Yeah. I'm sitting behind him on the couch. His TV.
And you're slack jawed. You don't look cool at all, but you feel like shit. You
feel like the shit. He's probably playing on Hardware Expert because he's 2 years older than me. He's freaking better than me.
He could hit the orange.
He was good, dude. I remember I can hit the orange now, but I remember I couldn't, so I used to tape.
I kept it on medium.
I used to tape the green button down so I could slide my hands down, and then I would just open fist play the green. Because if you play a note higher, it doesn't. See, smart.
That's fucking really smart. Yeah. Holy shit.
But then they started, in the later games, they started adding open strum, and I was like, fuck, can't do that anymore. So then I had to
I never even played with it.
I played a lot of them. But I'm sitting behind him. I just see his back. He's in that wide stance. He's playing Guitar Hero.
Slack job.
And I just hear, like he just like farts. And he's wearing loose gym shorts.
Okay.
Like black basketball shorts.
Similar to what I'm wearing.
Yeah, just
what you're wearing.
Just black basketball shorts. Like that with that meshy
and a strong V.
Meshy material. He farts, and then I literally see poop fall out.
A little turd rolls out.
I'm not even kidding.
Left or right, do you think?
I think it was left. I think it was left leg.
Okay.
Left leg, so it must be,
So he must have been a little torqued.
Yeah, and then I just literally see a little piece of poop go right on the carpet. And he goes, oh, fuck. He just sharted.
Oh, God, what song do you think it was?
Dude, I don't know. I hope it was something like Enter Sandman or something.
Or like Shout at the Devil.
Yeah, just
Shart.
Shart at the devil! Dude, it was so fucking funny because, dude, he must have been wearing like super loose boxers or something because it just literally on the carpet, and he goes, oh, fucking pauses the game. His laundry room was downstairs.
Yeah.
And
what do you do?
He like throws it in the laundry, starts a load because he's like, I just fucking pooped my pants.
In front of like 2 of my friends.
I think it was just me there.
Oh, really?
I think it was just me there, but
I didn't know if our buddy was there because I couldn't remember who I heard this chat.
But I remember telling
everybody.
Dude, if you were there, dude.
Email us at Moist Monday Podcast.
I remember telling everybody, and I think he was like, don't tell anybody. Dude, this actually making me think of another poop story that I was involved with at school, where the teacher told us not to tell anyone. Yeah. All right, we'll do stealing in a different episode because we're gonna talk poop now because these are fucking hilarious stories.
Okay, because oh, God damn it. All right, are you done with your story?
No.
Okay.
This first poop story.
Because if we're on poop stories, I have a poop story.
Yes, we're going to do it. This episode is poop stories.
I'm sorry.
Is that the title of this episode, poop stories?
No,
that's so gross.
No one will click on it.
No, we got to learn
These are
something.
Human stories.
Human stories. And their experiences.
These are human experiences.
And their stories. It's like a documentary.
I fucking talk about
These are the victims and their stories. So he's in that DV and he like freaks out, changes, throws his clothes in the laundry, and then like he gets like a paper towel and cleans up poop on the carpet. And I'm just on the couch, like I like wanted to lose my shit, but I was also like I just witnessed someone shit their pants, and I was just like, and like it like started to smell.
Oh shit!
In the basement.
So you didn't. I mean, it's just paper towels. Yeah, that doesn't like.
So we like opened the back door to get like airflow in, and then he just sprayed Febreze, and then I think we just started playing Guitar Hero again and moved on. I was just like, because he was like the cool fucking kid.
Right, yeah, and that's insane to do in front of people.
Literally just, I saw poop fall out of his shorts.
God damn it. All right, just like I'm going to grab my notebook because this is a two-parter. All right, so my story begins with a note I wrote to myself. Let me find it.
Recently?
No, this is an old note. I have to find the exact one.
About poop?
Here it is. Sunday, December 6th, 2020. At 2:07 p.m., you shit your pants. I wrote this to myself.
The story of you shit your pants?
Yes.
2020. So this is COVID.
I lived alone at an apartment. I had Taco Bell that evening.
You told me this?
Yes. And I was in my bathroom when this happened, ironically enough, and I was only wearing boxers. I don't know if I'd maybe like just gotten done with the shower or whatever. And I remember I felt an awesome fart coming. And I had hiked a leg up to stretch. And I was
also, sometimes when you're alone, you're just going to do like that weird like shimmy. Like you're just, let me just fart real quick.
Well,
you know
like,
what I mean?
You're like, let me make this a good one because I can.
And no one's around. Who cares?
Yeah. And I was in front of my mirror and I did this awesome fart. But it wasn't just a fart. No, it was shit. I had stared in the mirror as I shit myself. And while doing so, I thought to myself, am I staring at a man who just shit his own pants? Or am I looking into the eyes of the man who shit my own pants? And I didn't know whether to feel anger or sympathy.
Or shame.
And at the time, I had written this as, this was the last time you shit your pants. And while, dear listener, I wish this could be true.
Oh
but
my God.
It's 2 days ago.
No, are you being serious? You're telling me the first time 2 days ago?
On Saturday night. What? I just had Wingstop.
What? Were you home?
Yeah.
Were you in the front of the mirror again?
No, I was home alone. Because my girlfriend was at work, but she picked up an extra shift. And I had Taco John's the night before because she wanted it.
Taco John's and Wingstop. Okay, good combination.
And that night I had Wingstop. And I geared up for an awesome fart.
Fucking Chester.
But just straight up shotted myself. After doing all of the laundry in my house. So what I did was I took the pants off, got in the shower, put the pants on backward or inside out, and washed them.
Fucking Chester.
Because she won't listen to this, but I didn't want her to be like, hey, I washed these shorts yesterday. Why are they back in? So I washed them. I completely scrubbed them myself and then put them in the dryer because we still had clothes in the dryer. And then today I let her know, like, oh, the dryer is done. But then I remembered, oh, there's pants that she just washed. So I took them out and reran the dryer one time so they'd be fresh and hot without those shorts in them.
You think she would really keep track of one article of clothing?
No, but I could not risk that. Because this was 2 days ago.
Were you sitting down or what?
I was standing up.
Where were you?
In the living room, so right next to the bathroom. And it was
close.
It was an awesome.
Dude, my fucking chest like hurts from laughing.
No, because I knew. I knew eventually.
You have to write this date down, so it's like.
Yes, I will add a side note because I knew 2 days ago. Eventually, we'll talk about this. I didn't know it would be the next Moist Monday.
Is that why you were fucking pissed that I bring up poop stories?
Which I was pissed. I brought up poop stories. Yes. Well, because I had this note written too. Because I always thought this note was really funny because it was December 6, 2020 at 2:07 p.m. Where were you when Jacob White shot himself?
Where were you 2 days ago when he shot himself again?
I don't care about that.
Was your stomach feeling rumbly or?
Yes, no, it was. I was like, oh shit, do I have like food poisoning from the Wingstop? But no, I didn't do anything else that night.
Dude, even my stomach feels rumbly, and I always just go when someone just fart into the toilet.
Really?
You know, I'm not fucking risking that shit.
I don't know why I rolled the die because it's a lose-lose sscenario.
Yeah,
there's no winning.
Twice, dude.
I mean,
there is winning if you make it to the Golden Tower, or whatever it's called, the toilet bowl.
All right, well, those are my stories.
So you're telling personal poop stories.
I did. I told 2 personal poop stories.
Well, now I have a personal poop story.
I guess I should share the date of the second time because this will release later.
Yeah, please do.
June 25th, Saturday, at probably 6:20 p.m. Maybe a little later, maybe closer to 7. My girlfriend didn't get home till 8.
And she doesn't even know.
Nope.
She probably hears us yelling about it right now.
We'll fucking see if she's a friend of the pod or not.
Yeah, in 2 months she'll go, did you shit yourself 2 months ago?
And if you're a friend of the pod, whenever you listen to this, email us at Moist Monday Podcast.
Yeah, email us the last timestamp of when you shit your pants.
Honestly, that'd make me so happy. Robert, do you know yours at all?
I have one story.
Okay, do you want to share that now or last?
I'll tease him. I'll do my personal shit story that I've never told anyone.
Okay, cool.
Ever, because I'm still so embarrassed by it.
So it's got to be recent enough.
It's a bad one.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you a funny story of a different man that shit themselves at men's choir. Junior high. Do you know this story?
Vaguely. I know the scenario,
because
yes.
I think it spread around school real quick.
Well, because the funny thing is we started with stealing, and the truth of the matter is you don't take a shit. You leave a shit. All right, continue.
You just had to put that in
You
there.
can't steal a shit.
Okay.
You leave a shit.
So this is junior high. I'm pretty sure I'm in 7th grade because this guy's in 8th grade. He's a year older than me.
Ooh, is he hot shit?
No, this guy is a weird kid
Sorry
already.
for the language.
This guy is a weird kid already, and this is what kind of makes him push him over the edge of being a freaking weirdo. I don't know.
Can you tell me his name and bleep it out just so I can know? Name sounds familiar.
He also got caught jerking off in study hall.
That sounds more familiar.
Yeah. He was a weird fucker. Oh, 100% that's him. 100%. He's a weird dude.
You're one of 9 mutual friends I have with him.
We're both friends with him?
No, you are. I'm not. Oh, he moved. That makes sense.
Yeah, he probably got the fuck out of town. Everyone knows he shit his pants.
All right, continue. We'll bleep his name. Sorry if you're listening, bud.
Yeah, terrible editing.
Sorry you're listening.
Beep, beep. You're a roadrunner. Roadrunner should shit his pants. Okay, but... So I'm in 7th grade.
Yes.
He's in 8th grade. We were in men's choir, which is a choir made of junior high.
7th and 8th graders.
7th grader
men's.
with their, so only like 4 people were bass people.
Right.
Most of us were tenors, and then a bunch of them were sopranos and altos.
And it switches between when your balls drop. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. But junior high started early. It was started earlier than high school. But men's choir.
Like month-wise.
No, like junior high, like days started like earlier.
So like early, like
August? In the day.
Oh, okay.
Like they started at like 7.
And the other one started at 8. That makes sense, yeah.
Men's choir happened before school started. So it's fucking early. I think men's choir was at like 6 a.m.
Fuck that. I'm glad they didn't let me in choir.
I don't know why I did it because I'm not a good singer.
It's so interesting that you got
I did a lot of choir and show choir stuff.
Well, because like even now your voice isn't low, but like it was this back then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about this.
So it was technically low.
Yeah, it was like a tenor.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's probably why you got in every time.
A lot of people call me a 10 here. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Okay, but I remember showing up this morning. This morning's burned into my brain because of the smell.
Can you give me like the season? Like, was it a cold morning? Was there like...
I think it was a little brisk morning.
Was there like condensation on the windows when you woke? Like what... Like around what time? Or like...
Well, it was like 6 a.m. so it was dark out. So it was a little bit chilly. It was a little bit cold. And I remember my mom dropped me off, obviously, because it was far away and it was early in the morning. And I had woken up with a terrible headache.
Okay.
But I was still going to go, because at this point in my life...
You'd signed up for this.
You had to.
Yeah.
You couldn't just be a pussy and call into work because you have a headache.
Into work.
Well, that's what I do now.
Yeah. Sure.
But, so, 7th grader. I'm going into men's choir with a terrible headache. I'm like, okay, here we are. Let's do it. It's early. I'm not even awake yet. We all have like assigned seatings with like books. We all come down to around the piano because we're all like getting close.
How many people do you think?
There's probably 40.
Oh, so pretty bit. Why didn't I get into this? God, there's so many.
Did you have to audition for men's choir? Because you had to be in a regular choir, and then, maybe you had to audition.
I know I auditioned for show choir at least, and I didn't get in.
And I made it.
Because I didn't sing This Land Is Your Land well enough. Or no, it was the fucking national anthem.
I think they just needed more...
I had a high voice.
I think they still do. I think they needed more men.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of... Especially in show choir.
Right. And also, like, you're dealing with teenagers. You want the lowest voices you can.
Yeah.
And I've always had a
you have a higher voice than me.
But also,
but you've also done a lot more helium than me.
But I also wasn't good, so that's also.
Well, I'm also not good.
Yes, either. But I'm saying I don't want to say like like, oh, how'd you get in? And I didn't. Like, no, I also was not good. I don't want to be.
It wasn't even a good day. I would lip sync a lot in both these men's choir and show choir.
Oh, so fun fact: when I played trombone for band, I faked it because I was too small to reach every position of the trombone.
Yes, you just wouldn't.
Isn't that adorable?
I used to fake a lot of stuff in that because I was like last chair or like in the back, so it didn't fucking matter.
Well, there was only 2 trombonists, and I was last chair of that. But like literally, like the 6th position, my arm wasn't long enough, so I would rather have to like unfair.
So how do you think Trombone Shorty does it?
What name did you just say?
Just like he's like a famous trombonist. Trombone Shorty, that's his name. And it was just a joke because he's short.
I mean, I was also like short for a 4th grader.
Yeah, true. And
So
he's a fully grown adult.
Yeah, so he was short for an adult.
But back
Yes.
to this eventful morning. I don't remember what day. I wish I would have wrote this down.
Right.
So we all gather
You
around.
have to have a notebook on you at all times.
Yeah.
I write down every time
December
I shit my pants,
19th,
apparently.
2020. Just 4 p.m.
Fuck you.
No, so we all gather around the piano. It's a tight group. And we're like singing a song. We're reading out of our books.
Any idea what song it was?
I don't remember. It was probably something from a musical or
See,
something.
I'm just picturing Billy Joel, Longest Time.
How's that go?
Whoa, longest for the longest time.
That'd be cool.
It has a bunch of like there's a place for like bass people and
That'd be
tenor
cool.
people.
Yeah, I don't think we would.
Because the bass people do like longest.
I don't think we did anything cool like that.
And they go, woo.
I think we did maybe a song from Newsies or something.
I did a song from Newsies in show choir.
I remember watching Newsies in choir.
It's fine.
I liked it because Christian Bale's in it.
Yeah,
as a
little
young kid.
Batman.
Yeah.
Little baby Batman.
But
There's another big star in that too.
yeah. But we're around the piano. This guy that was already a weird kid sits down. He sits down on the ground. We're all standing around the piano.
Bill Pullman.
Oh, okay.
He's in Newsies.
Don't know who that is.
Robert Duvall.
Don't know who that is.
You would. That's all I got.
So we're all standing by the piano. This guy, I remember he's wearing blue jeans. Oh, I recognize him.
The president in Independence Day.
Bill Pullman. This guy is wearing blue jeans because it's cold out. He sits down. We're all standing up. We go, why the fuck are you sitting down? And then, so we wrap up the song. We're like, maybe he was just tired. It's like 6:20 in the morning.
True. Fair.
We leave the piano because we all go back to our desks to get different music. We're going to try a different song.
Oh, we can switch it up.
And then all of a sudden, we all go, what the fuck is that smell?
Fuck.
Like it like took over the choir room.
I cannot imagine shitting my pants and not leaving the room without a word before anyone could smell it. So like, let them say what they will. Like, let them make shit up about me. But
There was 100% nothing to make up about this.
Yes.
Because I saw it.
What?
Yeah. Here's where the story gets interesting. So we were all standing around the piano, right? He sits down and we go, why the fuck are you sitting down? He's wearing blue jeans.
Yes. Did they turn khaki?
No. We all go back. That's when we get the smell. We look to the piano and there is poop on the ground.
What?
So he pooped
Out of his leg? That's so much.
and it was a pile. It wasn't a short dude. It was a legit poop.
Why?
He's wearing blue jeans. So that means he sat down to try and maybe hold in the poop. Didn't work.
Too late.
That means he stood up to go get music. It fell on his leg and he just left it.
Yeah, he felt it hit his ankle. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
The smell was so bad. And the choir teacher, she was a lady, and we were all.
I remember her, yes.
Yeah, and we were all like junior high, middle schoolers. And she was like trying to keep calm, but she was also like.
No, because that's so crazy.
Yeah, right next to the piano, and like there's first period, there's choir,
And it's carpet.
Yeah, it's carpet. So there was a hallway connected to this choir room that had the practice rooms in it for the band to use because the band room was right there.
Yeah.
So she brought us all. She's like, okay, everyone come into this hallway.
That good for her.
We all go into this hallway, and she like calls the janitor. The janitor cleans us up, and she goes,
Poor janitor.
And she goes, hey, I know this is like jokeable, laughable.
Is a kid in this group?
No, she's like, go take care of yourself, go home, or fucking.
I would go home.
Become a weirdo. Yeah,
Like
I would leave.
Yes.
I would move schools.
I mean, I would be gone for at least a day.
But she's like, hey, what happened here stays here.
Good
Do
for
not
her.
tell anybody. This is embarrassing. Obviously, you know, stuff happens. Shit happens, literally. Do not tell anybody. Bell rings. First period starts.
Someone.
By the end of first period, when the bell rings and it's passing period, going into second period, everybody knows.
Fuck.
Word spread so fast because
you think you were in 7th grade though?
yeah, I was.
Okay, so I wasn't there yet.
And he was in 8th grade.
Okay, so yeah, I wouldn't have been out of school
our
yet.
junior high was 7th and 8th grade.
Yep.
Dude. Everybody knew because, dude, you're in that grade.
How can you
not tell people that someone just shit their pants and it fell down their blue jeans leg and
someone shit on the chorus?
We all saw that
choir
poop
floor.
in, and like I remember going into choir like 4th or 5th period and being like, "That's where the poop was." Like I remember maybe like the people next to me be like, "It was like right there."
I was there. Dude,
The smell. I had such a bad headache that like I like the smell like made me like gag, and I was
That's
like,
insane.
like it was the funniest, most surreal I was like, what just happened?
What do you do? Like, what does that kid do?
That kid goes on to be a weirdo, and everybody knows it. Even people like in high school, even everyone was like, "That's the guy who shit his pants."
So
Like
I have
people
a story
still kept it.
similar to that, just because it revolves around choir too. So when you do
Is
like
it shit related?
no,
Oh.
so you know in like choir, like you have to do like 2 times a year, maybe like just a nightly thing where you get like credit for that, and your parents should come or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So we did that, and I think we did a song from the Newsies too. I remember a kid behind me sat down during it, like in the middle of a performance.
Oh, did he lock his knees or something?
Yeah, something like that. And then he just like goes like this, like he holds 2 fingers to his mouth. Then all of a sudden, 2 streams of puke shoot out from other side, hit people in the back of their legs because he's like not front row. And then we're just like, what the? And he just gets up and leaves. And
While you're singing,
like in the middle of a song, yeah.
dude, did everyone just freak out because they just got threw up on?
I don't remember. I know the performance kept going. I can't remember who got hit because I know he wasn't front row.
Oh my god! And he just split it into a V.
I remember him
he
like
was trying so hard to hold it in.
Yeah, because I was like the last offense and just like it shot out between.
Oh my god, dude!
That's the only story like that I have. All right, but
Jesus,
I believe you asked a personal story.
Fuck, dude.
I'm so sorry for the people listening to this episode.
No, I think people are gonna like this episode because I think it's really funny, except not for this story.
Well, because these aren't the grossest stories; they're honest stories.
I mean, everyone shit their pants, okay?
At some point, an email,
especially
your most recent.
Here's what 2 days ago. This story that
moistmonday.podcast@gmail.com. Wait, are we Moist Monday Podcast or just Moist Monday at Gmail? I can't.
Moist Monday Podcast.
Okay, that's what because that's our name.
Yeah, that's our name on everything.
Yeah.
So this happened, I think, when I was in elementary school.
Okay.
But it's still so embarrassing.
Okay.
So I was a Boy Scout, a Cub Scout at this point, and there was a camp in our area called Matigua. Okay. It was like the cool camp that you went if you were a scout. And it was like a week summer camp. It was awesome. I did a lot of cool things at Camp Matigua. A lot of, like, I did like the flying squirrel, which was, I did like all these cool things.
Like
I did
hoist, right?
Did like leather making. I did like, I watched a snake eat live rats. Like I did really cool stuff at Camp Matigua. But one of the things you could sign up for.
Fun name or fun fact: Matigua is an Iowa Indian word that means maker of men.
Yeah, that makes sense because it's the Cub Scout camp. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there was a thing you could sign up for if you wanted to. You're there for a week where you'll swim a mile. Okay. So towards the end of the week, you'll go to the lake and actually do it. But throughout the week, you practice a little bit. For like an hour, you'll go to the pool and you'll increase your distance.
So probably the people there have to be like, all right, he's able to do this.
Well, there was lifeguards and also you did take swimming classes.
They want to make sure, though. Yeah.
And also swimming a mile is such a long distance because it's fucking tough. It took me forever to do it.
I cannot picture how long a mile is in water.
So I decided to do it.
And I've done like laps in a pool, but like
I don't know meters,
I don't know what a mile is. Yeah.
So I do it. I'm training for it. The day comes when it's time to swim the mile. Yeah. And like the event is like right before dinner. Like it's like an afternoon swim event. Okay. People that are in this group are really good swimmers. I am not. Okay. We were training in like a clear public pool. Sure. We're swimming the mile in a dark green lake.
Oh shit, that is very different.
Way different.
A lake, because also you don't know where the bottom of a fucking lake is.
Yeah, and like you would just swim out. There was a bunch of boats with people on them.
That's still so different for the swimmer.
Yeah, and then come back. I don't know. I can't remember if you did 1 lap or 2 laps. I can't remember, but I just remember I was doing backstroke, which is the slowest, just to keep myself afloat.
Oh.
And I get that feeling where I go, oh, fuck.
You have to shit?
I have to shit.
That's so weird in this instance.
Where I'm swimming a mile. Like, it's like, and I've been at camp, so I've been eating camp food. And, like, I, like, swim up to, like, one of the people in a boat, and I'm like, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. And it's like, what do you...
You're swimming a mile.
They go, the lake is green, just like...
Piss.
Just like, yeah, they thought I just had to just do it in the lake and keep going. And I was like,
okay.
Fuck. I didn't want to tell them I have to shit.
Sure.
I have to poop, like, so bad. So then I was just, like, struggling, like, holding it in and swimming so slow. I was the last person to finish.
But you were number 2 overall.
Just wait. So by the time I finished swimming, there is 2 people left from my Cub Scout organization, because at this camp there's
How
a bunch
old are
of...
you, do you think?
Elementary, like 6th grade, 7th grade, elementary school.
10, 11.
Yeah. By the time I finished, it took me so long that everyone had left and gone to dinner, because it was dinner time.
Fuck.
So there's only the few lifeguards left. Once I would pass their boat, they'd swim in and then go to... So there's only... By the time I finished, it was only 2 people from my Cub Scout organization.
Wow.
Once I got out of the lake, I, like, had to poop so bad.
Oh, you didn't just shit in the water?
I tried, dude. I, like, pulled my swimsuit down under my butt cheeks and, like, tried, but as you're swimming, and then I just
Slowing you down,
I did pee, because I was like...
Sure, yeah.
But, like, I just couldn't, like, I couldn't get past the mental struggle of just letting it go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because also, like, your legs are doing stuff.
Yeah, you're, like, kicking and trying to stay afloat, and you're in a lake. And
if you're in a backstroke the entire time, too. Yeah,
so then the poop's going to hit you in the back or something. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it'll float you there.
So there was these 2 adults left waiting for me to finish, and I'm just, like, just dragging ass. And when I get out of the lake, there's a latrine right there, because that's what the camp is. It was all just those holes in the ground.
Right, okay.
That was the bathrooms.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. And they're like, okay. So they stay at the beach, and I walk up to the latrine. It's locked. And I'm like,
because also while you're walking towards it, you kind of like unlock yourself.
Every step is...
But you're also like freeing yourself like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Because also
I'm
like...
home stretch, baby.
Because like I haven't like pissed myself in a decade, but every time I go towards the bathroom, it's like I'm close to it, because you're allowing yourself like, oh, we're almost there.
We're almost there. We're on home stretch. Yeah. And then you hit the nozzle and it's locked. Oof. Or the handle and it's locked, and you're like, fuck.
What now? Yeah. You're a child.
I don't know what to do. There's 2 adults that are down the way. So like, the lake's here. I know you can't see this. This is an audio visual. This is an audio medium.
Yeah.
But there's the lake here.
One hand in front of it is
and then the latrine is up north. The 2 people are here. So I go to the other side of the latrine, so they can't see me. So
beyond their sight, yeah.
Yeah, so they can't see me. And I just have to poop.
Yeah.
So I just like pull and it just comes out.
Yeah.
And as I'm pooping, they come around.
Fuck.
Because they're like,
hey bud,
they saw me not go in.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I'm so sorry.
And I just go, it was locked. I think I started crying.
Probably at that age.
Because I was like, and I had nothing to clean up myself.
Did you just like hop back in the lake?
They just like, they just helped me out. And it was like, I was just like, I tried. I had to go for like an hour. It took me like 2 hours to fucking swim a mile.
Oh my God.
Dude, it was fucking.
So you were also just like so tired.
Yeah. And then like, so we had to clean up, and then us 3 walked into dinner way late, and it's a mess hall. Yeah. So it's all these long tables. So everyone saw us walk in, and I'm just already embarrassed. And then when you walk in, everyone turns at you. So I'm just like, They already know. Yeah. They already know. I don't think anyone ever found out. I don't think they ever told it, because it was adults. Yeah. But I was just like, Jesus, dude. But what else could I do, dude? I had to go.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And I couldn't do it in the lake, but I was like, I was just like squatting, and then they just turn, and I go, oh fuck,
because they
just walked in on a little kid pooping.
Well, because also you're gonna be like, they were like, fuck, now we have to deal with it.
Yeah, but it's like, it was locked.
No, that sucks.
Why was it locked? I had to poop so bad. It was so. I'm like still embarrassed by it. Like, it's just like, but what else could you do? And
dude? You've never told me that story.
I've never told anybody that. Now it's on public forum, dude.
I mean, I've never told people those 2 stories, and one of them was from 2 days ago.
Your girlfriend doesn't even know. It's the so funny part. When this episode comes out, be like, so do you learn anything about me today?
So are you a friend of the pod? But all right. But also, what time are we at?
We're about at an hour.
All right. So speaking of which.
I this year.
We got a fucking friend of the pod we got to talk about because he has gone above and beyond.
Above and beyond. And you could say...
He's making quite a racket down there.
Quite some noise. Quite some white noise.
Which was almost the name of my punk band because my last name is White.
I like the way he spells it, though.
Yeah. No.
White noise.
Yeah.
With a Z.
Yeah. No.
So that's my last name.
This dude's edgy.
See what I did there?
No, but we got a new moist mutual that goes above and beyond.
Yeah, we love it.
No, because he wrote emails too long for us to read on air. Jesus Christ, what a teacher's pet.
2 of them.
Yeah.
And then he responded to one. And he found us on TikTok, guys. So, like, what are you doing?
No, we just want to be like, hey, we fucking appreciate this.
Yeah, I know you're going to hear this
so
way
much.
late. And he's already aware of how ahead we are.
Yeah, no.
Which is awesome.
It was also weird it was my first experience of people really joining in on because you and I are making jokes that are...
Inside jokes, basically.
But inside with the podcast. It's my first podcast pocket that has been hey, remember you said this.
Yeah, he started
awesome.
he started a whole email with you up, and then it was a whole descriptive, and I just loved every second of it. I loved it, dude.
And he's obviously a nerd because he talked about his D&D character, which I fucking love.
That he relates to you.
Yeah, no, because also
has your D&D character ever pooped his pants?
But also D&D character being a freak show performer, because that's what he told us about. Fuck yeah, because anytime I wanted
Jacob gets so excited.
Well, no, because anytime I've wanted to start a new D&D character, I've always wanted Scorching Ray or Fireball to just come from the mouth. But it's always it's supposed to be from your hands because that's part of it. And from the mouth means it's also verbal or whatever the fuck. There's too many fucking rules. But either way. Yeah, no, I was just pumped that he related a D&D character to me because I'm I want my D&D characters to be better than me.
And one of my favorite things is he said he's listened to you on his first listen to, which means he's probably going to do more.
Which, Jesus Christ, dude.
I can't even handle that.
You can only impress us so much.
Well, dude, when we do a theater tour, when there's 3 people in the audience, I hope
he's one of them.
I hope White Noise is there.
Him, Elysia, who won't say a fucking word.
And your girlfriend on her phone.
Yep. But Elysia won't say a fucking goddamn word.
Yeah, don't
look
you
at me.
fucking ever.
Don't you talk. You shut the fuck up.
Every time I look over, she's fucking wearing a jean jacket and it pisses me off. It's because every time I look over, there's 2 jean jackets hanging. And it's just that's what I picture her wearing.
Just both of them?
Yeah, both of them.
Denim.
She's wearing a sleeveless jean jacket over a sleeved jean jacket. And I go, and she goes, it's style. And I go, shut the fuck up. But I appreciate it so much.
No, we really do.
It's just so fun getting feedback because we're still so small.
Well, because from any person we hear from, I'm going to be so just excited we connected
and it's just
you.
One of my favorite things is one of his favorite episodes was Trauma Train.
Yeah.
And that episode, I was like, man, this episode it's important to us.
It's weird.
But also we were really drunk in it.
It was also about how I hated you.
And it was also very traumatic.
No, it was about how I hated you for years.
But then we also tell all these tangent
stories of how...
Yeah, hatred and it was just but then now we're still here.
I've probably loved you as long as I hated you at this point. Because we weren't friends for a long time.
4 years.
No, but before we were friends too, we weren't friends too. We have such a weird relationship, and I hope that the ebb and flow of us is why it's interesting.
I mean, that's what makes it fun. It's a good origin story, dude.
Yeah, taking time.
I think that might be why
he
he liked it, just because he was damn, these guys are fucking real.
And I hope it's why anyone out there likes us too.
Because we're just raw and we're ourselves, and we tell the internet that we poop our pants.
Yeah, no,
and then we also say other people's poop pants stories.
But we leave their names out because we're classy.
Literally today's topic
was
the intro was politics,
and then stealing, and then
shitting
your pants. Which, in a way, isn't that just politics, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah. Isn't politics just a bunch of bullshit? And that's full circle. That's how you tie it together. And that's another Moist Monday.
You can let us know you're a moist
mutual.
Gross. That sounds like
moist
weird
moistural?
medicine. No, let us know if you're a moist mutual by emailing us at moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com.
Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Moist Monday Podcast. Comment on our TikToks. Send us a DM on Instagram. Guys, no one's done it yet. By the time this comes out, hopefully it does, because I've noticed that sometimes we say no one's sent us, and now we're getting emails.
Because we don't know when we started saying no one's done this yet. Yeah.
So now I'm going to start saying this to try and put it in the universe. And we have said it in prior episodes, but Put us on Instagram in your stories of you having a moist Monday. Tag us in your moist Monday, like when you're having a drink on a Monday.
We will follow anybody who does that. We will share any post that does that because we love
the moist mutual.
We want a moist movement, a moist Monday movement.
Yeah, we want the movement, dude. We want to be on a fucking federal calendar.
And you can get moist Mondays off every holiday.
Every Monday.
Yeah. If we move to like a 4-day work week and people get Mondays off, every Monday is a moist Monday holiday.
Well, every Monday is, and I still work.
True.
Because you can drink after work, and you have Mondays off.
I sure do, bud.
Well, that's today's episode. Hopefully you learned a lot. And hopefully you got
I guarantee you learned something. I hope you liked it.
And I will say, just leave you on these final thoughts. If you ever have a warning sign, just go to the bathroom.
Never trust a fart.
Never trust a fart.
If that's like a thought in your head, never trust it. All right. Give it a special update. I love you, bud.
All right, love you too. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh, special.
Stay moist out there.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.